from the studios of ITN, the news with Dermot Murnaghan and Julia Somerville.
Good afternoon, welcome to Tuesday's Lunchtime News.
Hello, the headlines today. Clampdown on Britain's most widely used sleeping pill. Why Temazepam is to be controlled. The Prime Minister moves to boost the pace of schools opting out of local authority control. And a quarter of a century on, Norman Wisdom is back on set with a new film.
The government this morning announced tough new controls to stamp out drug abuse involving the sleeping tablets Temazepam. The Home Secretary, Michael Howard, announced that possession of the tablets without authority or a prescription will now be a criminal offence. The drug, the most widely prescribed sleeping tablet in Britain, has been linked to the deaths of dozens of addicts. Separate new controls have also been announced in Scotland, where a battle for control of the drugs trade, and in particular Temazepam, has led to murders and shootings. Paul Davis reports.
Each year, British doctors write out 7 million prescriptions for the sleeping drug Temazepam. The new controls will not affect those who genuinely use the drug to help them sleep. But the government and the police are trying to stop the growing abuse of Temazepam by addicts and those who make fortunes supplying them. On the streets of Britain's inner cities, dealers now sell Temazepam along with heroin and cocaine. The soft centres of the jellies, as they're known, are melted down and injected. It's a cheap fix, but one that can have fatal results. Inside the vein, the gel solidifies and can cause blood clotting. Dozens of addicts have died, many more have needed limb amputations. In Scotland, where Temazepam abuse is causing particular concern, today's measures were welcomed by the police.
At the moment, being a Schedule 4 drug, we cannot prosecute anyone for straightforward possession of Temazepam. Once it is rescheduled to Schedule 3, everything changes. We can charge people for being in possession of Temazepam for their own use if they don't have a prescription.
Some GPs would like even tougher action.
Well, we've decided that there's no longer any valid medical reason for the capsules to be available on the health service at all. And we wrote to the Department of Health advising that they should try and withdraw the product licence so that the capsule formulation could not be legally sold or prescribed in this country at all.
The government is currently consulting health authorities on a possible next step of banning the prescribing of Temazepam in its present form.
Well, in Glasgow now is David Bryce, a former drug addict who now runs a project to help others. David Bryce, do you think this action that's been announced today goes far enough?
I don't know if it goes far enough, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. Temazepam's probably been involved in the death of 75 people last year, out of the 95 that died in the region. It's a killer. It was legal. There was no consequences. People have got to see that if you carry this drug, dealing it, you go to prison. It's that simple.
Well, we saw a doctor in that report just now saying that, in his opinion, Temazepam capsules should be withdrawn from the NHS. They just shouldn't be available. Would you support that?
I would support it because I think there is a lot of alternative drugs that they can use for around about the same price. Temazepam has been causing a lot of misery in the city of Glasgow and UK wide for a number of years now. It's about time they've done something about it. It's the biggest killer just now, probably.
Is there a problem, though, that in banning it or making it more difficult to have it legally, that it will be driven underground with all the problems that are associated with drugs that are underground drugs?
Yeah, it's underground just now. People aren't using it up front. They say this about everything. You know, you've got to make steps, you've got to start things, and I think this is the start in the right direction to go.
David Bryce,
thank you. It's a killer. They should be treated that way.
Thank you very much indeed.